So, hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain how the US Visa Bulletin works step by steps in simple language so that you can understand it. If you are applying for an employment-based green card, especially EB-2 NIW or EB-1A, by the end of this video, you should know exactly how to read the Visa Bulletin and how it affects your timeline. So getting your petition approved does not automatically mean you get a green card immediately. There is a waiting list. And the Visa Bulletin is the system that the US government uses to control who can move forward each month. So take it this way, the Visa Bulletin is a monthly government publication. It shows when applicants are allowed to file or receive their green card. There is a queue for green cards. So think of the Visa Bulletin as a monthly update on the green card queue. Okay. So for employment-based categories, about 140,000 visas are available. And it is very important for you to know that the green cards that the US government issues every year are limited. And for the employment-based categories, which is EB-1, EB-2, EB-3, etc., there are only 140,000 green cards that are available, and more than 140,000 people apply every year. And you also need to know that there is a limit per every country. So there is a per country cap of about 7%. That means no single country can receive more than 7% share of the 140,000 green cards per year, right? This is why applicants born in some countries like India and China will always face longer waits because of the per country limit that is imposed on every country. So the Visa Bulletin uses your country of birth, not your passport. Even if you change your citizenship, they will always use your country of birth where you got your birth certificate. So you can find the Visa Bulletin on the official website. It is published every month, and I'm going to show you exactly how you will find the Visa Bulletin. So here on my screen that I'm sharing with you, I think you're seeing it. You just go on Google and just type in Visa Bulletin, right? Just like this, Visa Bulletin, and then it will come out, and just click here, Visa Bulletin. In this case, you're going to see the current Visa Bulletin. As I'm recording this one today, is the 31st of January. So I just chose to show you January 2026 and also February 2026 Visa Bulletin. So the way you read it, it always comes like this, right? So in this case, we're going to deal with February 2026. So this is how you read it. You will go on these tables, so they always share the family sponsor preferences, but we are concerned about the employment-based category. So we're going to jump all this, and we're going to come on the employment-based categories here. And the employment-based categories, we have two tables. Table A, they call this the final action dates for employment-based preference categories, right? So if you look at this table, this is the Visa Bulletin. It shows you exactly who is supposed to send in the application for the adjustment of status. Like I said, so there are two processes. When you do the I-140 application, that is the first stage. And if it is approved, then you go to the next stage, which is adjustment of status. If you are in the USA, or a consular process, if you are outside the USA, and you fill in a form called Form I-485. So the Visa Bulletin speaks and regulates and controls the filling in and the submission of Form I-485, not Form I-140, which a lot of people know about, right? That's the first step of the green card process. The second step is filling in the Form I-485, or doing what is called the adjustment of status filing, right? So this is where you come to see whether you are supposed to fill in the I-485 form, or do your adjustment of status, or do the consular process now, which is actually getting the green card, which is applying for permanent residence, right? After the approval of the Form I-140. So here, as you can see, EB-1 is always current. C means current. It just means that anyone who has an I-140 form which is being approved can actually apply for the permanent residence or for the green card anytime, right? No restrictions. But if you look here now, EB-2, which is second category, it has what they call the priority date of April 2024 in this case. So what this means is anyone who applied for the green card and got a priority date, which is earlier than April 2024, maybe let's talk of any date in March going backwards, March 2024, going back to January 2024, going back to dates in year 2023. All those people now can actually submit their form for 485. They can do the adjustment of status if their date is here, right? So this is the table that they actually give you. So as you can see, EB3 is actually retrogressing, which means it's far away. EB4 is actually still in 2021, which is very, very far away. But as you can see also here, it actually depends with the country, right? China mainland, they are not even current on EB1. It's in February 2023, right? Their EB2 still in 2021. India again, 2023. And their second category is way, way much back, which is like February 2013, which is almost more than 10 years. And it doesn't make any sense, actually, if you look at it that way. So you look at your country, if you're from these other countries, but if you're from the rest of Africa, you just look at here, the first column, and those are your dates. But this is table A. We have table B, which is dates for filing for employment-based visa applications. So this table, usually you use it if they tell you that you're supposed to use it. This table usually will come with dates which are covering more priority dates. It will cover more dates than as compared to table A. But you have to check here if you can use this table. You have to check here all the time you click here, right? So I will explain here. Look at this. Your second category is actually October 2024. But if we go back here on the table A, it was April. So it means this table is covering more people up to 2024 for EB2, right? But for EB1 is current, was also current in table A, so it will be currently on table B. So for you, are you going to use this table or are you going to use table A? So for you to decide whether to use table A or table B, you have then to click this link here. It will take you here. If you say go, it will take you to this page, okay? So this page now will tell you whether you're supposed to use table B or you're supposed to use table A. Okay, so we'll look at it this way. Let's look current month, which is January here. It is saying use dates of filing chart in the Department of State of Visa Bulletin for January 2026, right? So this is what we are looking at right now for employment-based preferences. But let's look at table for February, because next month, today is the 31st as I'm recording this video. But so just look into the next month, which is actually February, right? So for February, right, let's go again on employment-based preferences here. As you can see, for all employment-based preferences categories, you must use the dates of filing chart in the Department of State's Visa Bulletin for February 2026. So this dates of filing is what we call table B. You can actually open it here if you want. Right here, you can open it. So if you open this chart, it will show you both dates of filing and also it will show you table A. So when to file, right? Now for February 2026, it is actually showing you here. This is for employment-based. Come to the table for employment-based all the time. So it is showing you, you can actually file if you are EB2. If your priority date is anything earlier than October 2024, you can file, right? You can send in your application. They're showing you that, right? So that's how you read this. Very simple to understand. And you can always get this information on this website, right? And you can always check this Visa Bulletin. It comes out every month between the 13th of every month and maybe the 17th. Usually should be the 15th of every month, but it comes out mid-month of every month, and they will tell you which Visa Bulletin there will be, which table they will be using, right? So usually they tell us to use, if you use table B, especially after the month of September, because each year, the fiscal year in America starts like in September. So usually in November, December, and January, they will always say use table B, right? They will always say use table B. But in some cases, after that, they will start to say use table A here. Use table A here, right? They will do that. Once they have seen the number of applications that are coming in and they think they are enough, there will be no more space to accommodate other applicants. Yeah, but this is it about the visa bulletin, guys. This is very, very straightforward. So check every month for table A, for table B, and then understand which table they want you to use for your application, right? When your debt becomes current and your petition is approved, you should act promptly. Do not delay your filing stage. And if you're doing EB-2 NIW, find the second preference row, choose your birth country, and you will always see when exactly are you supposed to file, right? But if you're doing EB-1A, you are always current. It has always been current. We don't know if there are going to be changes, but if you're coming from countries in Africa, you will always be current at least for now, right? So you will just need to actually file in directly. So there is what is called concurrently filing, right? So if you are doing EB-1, you can actually file your form I-140 together with your adjustment of status application together. So you file in those two files at the same time. You can actually do that if you're filing in your EB-1A. Why? Because it is current, right? Even if it is EB-2, if it was going to be current, like in the past it used to be current, you could also do the same thing. Like you would actually file your EB-2 and your EB-1 together at the same time. So let me just show you right here. I'll just come here and let's do EB. Let's go back to Google and let's find, let's say Visa Bulletin 2023, for example, and let's just pick a random month. Let's say 2022, so that we easy to go here. I'll just pick a random month in 2022. Let's say July 2022, just to show you something. So if you were to file this in July 2022, just look how it was going to look like, right? Just look how it was going to practically look like here. This is employment based, right? EB-1 was current. EB-2 was current. EB-3 was current. EB-4 was current. Everything was current. So in this case, anyone, whether EB-1, EB-2, EB-3, EB-4 maybe, you were able to actually file in Form I-140 together with your adjustment of status Form 485. Why? Because it was current. Everything was current. EB-1 was current. EB-2 was current. EB-3 was current. Okay, but things have changed here and right now as I'm recording this video in 2026. Only EB-1 is current. So I'm just showing you this so that you actually understand how these things were looking like. So look at the table B at that point. In table B, everything was current. So if they were going to ask you to use table B here, everyone was able to actually file for change of status at any time. This is in May in 2022, right? Right. Okay. So this is just for you to truly understand how this works. So as I said, if your visa bullet, if your debt is current and you're doing EB-1A, you can actually do your visa bulletin. Sorry, you can actually do your adjustment of status together with your I-140 application. And that will give you the ability to work and stay in the USA while you're waiting for them to approve your adjustment of status and also to approve your I-140, which is basically your primary application that would have applied. So yes, so this is it, guys. I hope this will help a lot of people. So you can even ask me questions, just if you are seeing this in the course in the school community, just ask me some questions in the chat, or if you're seeing this on YouTube, just send some comments and ask some questions. I'll do a video to clarify some of those issues that you will be asking about. So thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.